welcome to a new episode of Review. Today we will take a closer look at a Boeing 757-200 from Icelandair. This aircraft comes in this nice box. We have the cutout so we can get a glimpse of the aircraft inside. We also have the Icelandair branding here on the top. Then on the back side we have a very nice image of the aircraft itself, and we also have the special logo that Icelandair has introduced for celebrating 80 years of aviation. And here she is, the stunning looking Icelandair Boeing 757-200. This is of course a special livery introduced by Icelandair celebrating 80 years of aviation. So with no further ado, let's take a closer look at this really stunning aircraft model. And as always, we start off with the tail section of the aircraft. And here we can see on the vertical stabilizer, we have the Icelandair branding. On the fuselage, we then have the full registration code of the aircraft and the Icelandic flag. And we have also been graced with this little addition here in the back of the aircraft, this little bump, also known as the set dome, which is of course housing all the different equipment that is needed to provide Wi-Fi on board an aircraft. At the front of the aircraft, we then have the writing of Icelandair and again the 80 Years of Aviation logo. Some nice details we also have around the cockpit, especially just around the windows with some nice markings around those. So have the window wipers printed on, and just underneath the cockpit windows we have the name of the aircraft. The engine nacelles have been kept in the standard yellow of Icelandair, but I think it's a good contrast to the blue colors on the fuselage. I would wish for a little bit more details on the backside of the engine. When we look here, that in my opinion could look a lot better, but if we look at the front and look into the engine, we have the details of the fan blades, and that is really nice. On the fuselage just above the wings, we then have the emergency exits printed on. That looks really good, and that leads us to the wings themselves. Here on the top side we can see we have the markings for the emergency exit. We also have the flaps, slats and spoilers carved out. On the underside, that's also pretty decent, where we then also find the full registration code of the aircraft once again. Another highlight on the wings are the winglets. They have the Icelandair branding printed on, and given how tiny that is, I'd say that Herpa has done a really good job with that. They do look really nice. And then last but not least, we do also have the doors to the cargo compartments printed on. Here in the backside it's really difficult to see due to the coloring of the fuselage, but it is there, trust me on that. And it's also the front side of the aircraft, even though it's also just as difficult to spot here. So there we have it, the Boeing 757-200 from Icelandair celebrating 80 years of aviation. And in my opinion, that is a very, very beautiful aircraft in real life, but also in this little 1:500 scale model of Herpa Wings. This is of course a 2018 release. And if you ask me, I think actually this aircraft looks better than the Hekla Aurora livery from Icelandair, but that's just my opinion. The print quality of the aircraft is excellent, and especially when you think about how many details there actually are in this livery, it is quite impressive that Herpa has managed to get that on such a little aircraft model. So that is a job well done, and definitely an aircraft worth having in one's collection. And with that, we've reached the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed this video, do feel free to leave a like. That would be very nice. With that, you show your support for the series and of course the channel. And if you're new around here, why not hit subscribe? That would be absolutely awesome, and you won't miss out on any future videos on this channel. Next time on Review, we will take a closer look at an Airbus A320-200 in a special livery of Eurowings. Until then, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.